Well, let's see if it works again. Good morning. Good morning. Bonjour. Come on in. Are we live? Good morning, everybody. Who's there? Come on in. Grab a seat. She's back in the saddle. All refreshed and ready to go again. Is anybody there? I'm early, I know. I've been here since 8 o'clock with me owls. I've so been looking forward to this. I really have. Come on in. Good morning. I can see life. There they are. I knew you wouldn't fail me. Yeah, good to have your company again. You rock. I dug this cup out for you, this mug. I could not believe your artwork last week. I kept looking. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Just goes to show what you can do with a little bit of time and a little bit of confidence and a few tricks. It's crazy, isn't it? Your artwork is so spectacular. I mean, let's remember, this is not a competition. Nobody's judging. You know, it's your process. It's your playtime. It's your art. But blimey, pretty impressive, I have to say. Dave and I just, every evening we would sit there and start looking and go, "God, have you seen this one? Have you seen that one? Have you seen this one?" Really, really creative people. Really creative people. Come on in. Good morning. Grab a cup of tea. I'm all ready to rock and roll here with me owls. Are you ready to go? This is a good one. This is a good one. I like this technique. I figured it out myself. I just wanted to make the owl look real, you know, fluffy, like down. Yeah. So it takes time, this one. But where are we going? You got any plans? I'm still here. Loving my SHAC though. It's so clean and light. Sack loads went out that door. Sack loads. Black sacks. Boof. And boxes and boxes and boxes to go to a little craft group here in the town. Nice. Is the volume okay? Can we just ask somebody politely to let me know? Perhaps Lucy, you're in the building with me today. There you go, sound is good. Hey, Jim's there too. Hello, Jim, how are you? Did you have a good weekend? Right, sound is good. That's good. The batteries are in. I think I've got enough chuff to keep us going. What's the time? 2 minutes to 10. Did you miss me? I missed you. It felt like much longer than a week, didn't it to you? Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a week off. I didn't go to the office, mind, so that's like a holiday, isn't it? I just had a little bit of a spring clean, you know, clear the head, clear the mind, clear the building, did a bit of pottery. Fabulous, I do like pottery. It was a bit weird on the first day because you had to wear masks. And every time I had this mask on, and every time I breathed, my glasses steamed up. Bloody ridiculous. So I was stumbling around trying to keep my distance from everyone else. I mean, there were only 8 of us in there, you know. So it was a little bit, everybody was a little bit edgy. And I don't know if I enjoyed it that much, but I thought, I love pottery too much to let it go, you know. So I thought, I'm going to persevere with this. I've got to adjust my head and adapt to what is rather than what I would like it to be. And so I went back on Friday for another innings and it was fine. You good people had told me to put a bit of spit and a bit of soap on my lenses. That helped. Every now and again when no one was looking, I put the mask down. I was like, bloody hell, what a game, eh? Yeah. And so, so on Friday we had throwing. We were at the wheel. And I was really mustard. I impressed myself, I have to say, because I thought after all these months, I'll probably go right back to the start, you know, forget everything. But you don't. Well, I didn't. I didn't forget anything. In fact, it was almost like it had been percolating for a few months. So by the time I got back in the pottery saddle, I was better than ever, which is great, isn't it? So my hope is that today you'll have the same experience, you know, by stepping away from the plate for a few days. Although you didn't, did you? But you know what I mean. Today we're going to stretch ourselves a little bit, you know. Stretch, stretch. This is our yoga for the mind, remember? Bit of colouring today. Right, are we ready to go? It must be 10 o'clock. It is. Good morning. Are we all here? Come on in. Welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. This is definitely the best place to be. I ventured out there a couple of times last week. I'm happier in here. I'm happier in here. You know, I'm more comfortable in here. And that's okay. I didn't go to pubs before, so why would I go now? I didn't go to swimming pools before, so there's no need for me to go now. And I certainly have never had my eyebrows done or my feet massaged, so that's not an option for me. What would you? Okay, I know, different strokes for different folks. Gracie's a right one for the old massage and that, but I'm not into that stuff. I just chat away. You know, you're supposed to be all quiet, and I get the life story of the lady that I'm working with. Because I think it's weird if somebody's touching you and you're not talking to them, you know. Anyway, that's a different story. Owls today. Owls. Are you ready? I've got a new setup. I thought I had to think about this. Right. So this is what we're going to do. Postcards. Les cartes postales. Yeah? We're going with the owls today. Loads of you. All right, don't say anything. I know. Loads of you, most of you, the vast majority of you have got the pencils that you ordered. You know, the extra, the supplementary ones. We got let down on Thursday with the delivery, but it's there today. So they will go out today, and post office willing, you will have them by tomorrow, Wednesday. You know, it's out of our hands, a lot of this, a lot of it. And I think often people forget that we're still in the middle of a pandemic, you know, and we're working with the skeleton crew and we're going like the clappers. So be patient, eh? If your grey pencils didn't arrive, use a pencil. And don't forget, this is all on YouTube, so you can always catch up, can't you? It's the green ones with the owls we're doing. Okay. So let me just put them somewhere safe, and these are the pencils. I'm going with polychromos. They're just delightful. If you've got pergoliners, there are some smashing in the pergoliner set. You've got some really nice browns and owly colours. The only ones that you're missing, you've got the black, you've got the white. The only ones you're missing is the grey. So use an HB pencil. You know what I mean? Do a pink owl. Just get the technique. That's the key. Get the technique. It's all about pressure and strokes. Pressure and strokes. It's all right. It's going to be good. So these are the ones that I'm using. Let's have a look. I've got in really tight already, right? So I've already picked mine out and put them in a box so that I don't go for the wrong ones. And we'll go through them one at a time. We're going to start with an orange one. And what I want to do is this. Right, now have a look. So I put it in here, and I've already gone really tight as I really can, and so that I can work and you can see it. Yeah? So this is, today we're going to go for and they're lovely. Mel Turner drew these. I think they are just magnificent. Look, check it out. Here's another one. Woohoo! He looks like he's got his Dame Edna's on this one. It's sexy. I so enjoyed doing this yesterday. I just wanted to make sure I could remember. So what I've done, like watch, so this is camera 2, this is camera 1, but what I've done is, look here, I've put camera 3, which is here, but I've put it on static. So what that means is every now and again, so that you can actually see it, what I've done is I've done the large from the colouring book. You know, we've got the colouring book. Well, the owls are in here as well. So what I've done is just so that you get an idea of where we're headed. You know, that kind of keep your eye on the road ahead thing. So what I've done is I've made it static like this so that you can see it It's moved a little bit, but it's good enough, isn't it? See? Look. Let me just move it around a bit. So we'll get it, oh, it was all perfect, and then I messed it up. Right, there you go. So you can see there's one in the middle done, then the one's just starting, right? But what I want to show you, just so you understand, this is the one we're working on is here, you see? So it's the same thing, look. But I thought every now and again, rather than trying to shimmy around and make you feel seasick, I thought I'd just leave that like that. And then every now and again, I'll just go to it so you can see what we're actually playing at. I mean, they'll never be two the same. They'll always be different. And even the ones that I'm working on at the moment are different to these ones. However, the theory's the same. The theory's the same. So I'm going to start with a completely fresh one, just like you. Right? And I'm going to start, let's go to the eyes. Are you ready to begin? Am I hustling? No. We've been chomping a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't wait to get back. I can only speak for myself. I was really nervous this morning. I thought, oh, I'm going to see all my mates. And yesterday I practiced, so I know what I'm doing. That always makes you feel better when you know where you're going, especially when you've got a bus full. Right, are we ready? Then we will begin. And this week is going to be all about owls. I was on the phone to Linda Williams this morning. She's going for it. So she's going to do she's got a new plate done, so pop-up owls for the groovy parchment stuff. And then I spoke to my brother, he's in full production, because next Saturday, we've got 2 hours of groovy art with the new Christmas owl plates that Linda's designed. Boom. So that's going to be fun. But, so the whole week we're going to have a hoot. Okay? We're going to have a hoot. And maybe I'll blog stuff about it as well. Let's just do owls. We all like owls, said the wise old owl. Right, now, so what we're going to do is let's start in the middle, and we're going to use orange. Pick an orange, any orange. What you want to do is the background. So what I've got here is dark chrome yellow, but you could pick any of the oranges. Is that the right one? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, dark chrome yellow. And don't do what I did. The very first time I did this, I went on the outer edge. It's the second one out on the eyes. If I go to the main one, look, second one out. Do you see? Look at the bloke look at the bloke. Where are we? If you look at this one here, you'll see exactly which bit you're colouring in. Gotcha? Alrighty. So I need my Dame Edna's on so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll go into this area here. Right, second one in. Just get that undercoat in. Yeah? Right. So they're all going to have those eyes. So we might as well, while I've got this in my hand, I might as well add the little bit of... Don't need to press too hard, because we're going to go over the top of this, aren't we? Just get this, it's the second one in. Right. Because we'll go over the top of that with the little black. Have you got a pencil sharpener? You definitely want a pencil sharpener for this game. Look, see? Because we're going to go over the top of the orange with the grey. Okay. So it won't be like that. It won't look like that. See, I think the object of this exercise is to make these owls, I mean, realistic. I'm not sure if they're realistic. Actually, not unrealistic, that's for sure. When you start to isolate the actual face, you know, this is why these postcards are just so magnificent, in my opinion. Right, so it's this bit here you're after. Okay? That'll do. Right, and when you've done that bit, then the next thing you want to do is grab a grey. Right, now, if you haven't got your grey pencils, your polychromos haven't landed yet, because we put together that set of 12, didn't we? Sorry about that. I tried my best. Honest gov. We were right on it, and then it stumbled at the last block. The trouble was we ordered loads, and then more than loads of you bought them, and then we had to reorder, and then it all fell apart. Right, so what we're going to do now is take because we want to get in here, but see, what I want to do is take a warm grey, or any grey, dark grey. Okay, I'm going to hang on to my greys now. And what we want to do now is we're going to concentrate on this bit here. Now it wants to be, get a bit of copy paper. Once we get into this, you'll see it's a piece of cake. Right, get a bit of copy paper. Right, that's it. So we want a real sharp line. We want it sharp, girls and boys, so let's just do this first. Right, I know I'm talking a lot, but this is important if you want to get this right. Right, so what we're going to do is just come in here lightly, lightly, lightly. And we're going around with the sharpest edge, with a really sharp point. Right, so we're going to go round like that. Right, here we go. Just start. What you're doing is you're just lightly kissing, literally kissing the paper. Right, like this, just along that line there, like that. And then what we're going to do, keep that white though, you don't want to fiddle with the white too much. Just get a little tiny along here, right, just do this now. Oh, my hands are all shreddy. Right, just get that in like so. See, it's interesting, just one little line like that and straight away you can feel the depth. So I need a piece of tissue paper because my hands are all sweaty. Right, and I'm going to lean on that. Right, that's better. Cold as well, nice. Right, so what I want to do now is get a really sharp edge. This is the eyes are the windows to the soul. The eyes have it. If you get the eyes right, the rest is, this is the most important thing, isn't it? The eyes. Right, so I've got a really sharp edge, really sharp tip. Got it? And what I'm going to do, I work better, I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to flick outwards. So let me show you this. I'm just going to come into the white edge and then I'm going to flick that way, like that. Right, so you get your pen there, pencil, and then flick. Just like that. And stay on the orange. So you get your pencil where you want it to be and then flick. So hold it, make sure it's in the right place and then flick it out. Right, come on, you've got 6 opportunities. You've got 6 practice points here. That's it, like that. Looks a bit ropey at the moment, but we're not done yet. So just get your pen in place. Rather than flick, 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 hold it in place like that and then flick it out. Right, there you go. And if you go in the white, it doesn't matter because we're going to put grey in there anyway. But let's sort this bit out first. Right, we're just going to get that. Right, so yeah, cool. So you can do those as well, can't you? See, if you do that way round, let's have a look. Yes, it needs to be sharpened, see, we're going. Just going to come in here. Right, there you go. Get that edge in there nicely. Gently does it. This edge bit here, see? So you've got loads of opportunities to practice, haven't you? Just hold it in. We're just going to sort out that. Is that the iris? The orange bit. Right. So let's concentrate on one pair. I just wanted to see if I could pull it down. It's easier to flick it away for me, but hey, listen, your art, you do what you feel. Right, and now what we're going to do, because it does get quite dark. Look at this one. It's quite dark by the time we're done. See? You can barely see that there's orange underneath by the time we're finished. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Like that. Just like that. Okay? And we're going to do that around this edge here. Slowly, slowly. Just keep bringing that round, and then pretend that this eyebrow, it's hanging over. So that means that this is going to be quite dark in there. See? There. That bit there and that bit there, isn't it? See? So practice. Let's practice on not centre stage. Let's practice over here. Right, that'll do. And then we're going to go like that. Round we go. See, the lovely thing about the SHAC, we've got time, haven't we? We can do this. You know, there's no rush, is there? There's no rush, guys. When I was yesterday, I went and took myself off into the little Wendy house at the bottom of the garden, and I got lost in it. I got absolutely lost in the prep, and all I did was that, and him and her. Yes, I like her. But I was absolutely engrossed, you know, completely lost in what I was doing. And I think, right, here we go. So you don't want to overcook it. So stay away from the white. You don't want to close it up because the white is the bit that you're after. Right, here we go. So you keep taking the same grey, whichever grey you've got. I'm using the darker one. What have I got here? Warm grey 5. There. See? Just a little bit of a... Just stay on the orange. Yeah, so I took myself off to the garden, down the bottom, and Grace had bought me a really brilliant table for jigsaws. So I took that down there, because I needed a table down there. There you go. So now what we're going to do is come in here, and just pretend that this is hanging over the top. It's got heavy lids. And you know, it was the most enjoyable morning. I just was in my element. In my element I was. And I got completely immersed in the process. I wasn't... Obviously I wanted to figure out... I'll tell you what it was I wanted to figure out. I could remember doing the eyes. I know that I could do the eyes with my eyes shut. But it was this bit. I wanted to remember how to do that down. Look a bit closer on... You see on his body. So I thought, wow. How did I do it? Because it's a while ago now. And then I remembered, it's easy. Once you know how, it's just a sequence. Once you know owl. The thing about the eyes as well. There, nice, huh? So we'll do the same on this side. Should do the other eye. Come on then. Everybody happy? Is this what you wanted? I think this is what we wanted to do, isn't it? Right, here we go again. So round we go, and we're going to stay on the orange. And gently, gently, we're doing that little crescent moon thing, that little trick. Round we go. Am I close enough? I can't get much closer, really, without... You can see that, can't you? So sharp pencil, and then round we go, and then this is going to be... What you're learning here is pressure. How much... How heavy do you go on the pencil, see? Because when I'm doing this, look, I'm hardly touching it. That's the sum of what I'm doing. But I'm just doing lots of that over and 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 over again. And that way it gets darker, see? See how the orange is toning down though? And now the white bit, you see? Because this is so tiny, you want to get it right really, because it's quite hard to get in with an eraser pen. Even with an eraser pencil, it's quite difficult. See, and what I'm doing is I keep turning the pencil so that if I feel it's getting soft, in other words, I'm losing the tip, then I flick it and it gets sharp again, and then I've got more definition. See? There you go. And if I want it to be really dark, I'll just go over it a little bit harder. Hey, beady eyes or what? Right, now, if I make a little, you've got to be careful that you don't make him look cross-eyed. Right, so let's say we just want to see in the white, I'm just going in a little tiny bit. Don't make it look too much like a pupil within it. So look, see now he looks dodgy because he looks like he's looking that way now. He's like, hello, hello, hello. He's looking at her. I got my eye on you. She's completely oblivious. She's like, don't even go there, Buster. It's amazing how you can change something so radically with one little dot. There you go. And now I've repaired it. Now he's like, oh, whatever. So he's looking the other way now. But it's interesting how you can change something so completely just with a little flick of the pen. Now let's do the next bit. So what we're going to do now is the bit, we'll work our way out from the eyes. And so the next bit, let's get logical. We've done this bit here. And now, if you want it to be a bit softer, go up a number on your on your greyness. What about that one then? That's a bit greyer, a bit lighter. Cold grey 3. It just tones it down. It makes it less. This was pretty dark, wasn't it? Hey? So I'm going to go with another colour now. So let's try a couple of different colours. I'm thinking, I like that one. Let's go with cream or, yeah. Try a bit of cream. What did I do on the big one? Let's have a look. Right, so what we're looking at now is this bit round here, okay? Yeah. Go for it. Right, so you've got choices. You can use cream or you can use a darker one like that ochre, Naples ochre, whatever you've got, a yellowy kind of colour. And all you're going to do is just put a little bit of just do a little bit of yellow. Just in that area there. There you go, bit of yellow, yeah? Not bad, bit luminescent. Right, what did I use? Cream. Well, let's change it up a bit. I'm going to use a darker yellow just because I can. Just, again, just sweeping really lightly. So I'm going that way and then I'm coming back that way. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow around there like that. A bit darker in there. Yeah? Yeah, depth. It's all about depth, isn't it? It's working all right. Are you happy? Glad to be back in the shack. I am. I lost my routine there for a bit. You know? Lost my routine. Got a bit rudderless. There you go. That's not bad, is it? That'll do. Right, so we've got our yellow thing going there now. Right, now, sharp pencil, because now we're going to put the grey bits coming away again from that. See the grey there? Particularly good, even if I say so myself. Right, let's put this one in front of it so you can see. Can you see the little grey flecks that are coming away from there? Right, let's give that a go then. Cool, look at him. You wouldn't want to run into him in an alley, would you? Hello. Hello. Right. I know it takes time, but you know what? Who cares? Let's go again. And this time I'm using the slightly lighter grey and I'm just going to flick out from that edge there. Same trick. Right, a little bit, needs to be a bit sharper. Yeah, and you can't really, if it's a bit random and not completely perfect, that's not bad. Just try and not go in the white bit of the eye. Mind you, it's so delicate. If you can see that, you've got better eyes than me. Right. Is this okay? So that tones down that yellowness, doesn't it? Right, round we go. Right, that'll do. And then that area there is definitely... Let's check. Oh, I love it. Hey, look at that. So then we'll add a little bit of depth around there. Nice, huh? Yeah. When we were talking about him last week, do you remember I was talking about Lowry with his matchstick men? And that made an impression on me. And I know it was only a film, but what it was that every stroke, every little brush stroke was deliberated. It wasn't like just loads of little daubed matchstick men. Every single brush stroke was considered. And I thought, therein lies the perfection, you know. There, core, like that. Now, what can we do there? Let's have a look. Yeah, so core. Should we have a look up close? Let's see if I can show you up close, if you can see where we're at. Let's have a look. Where I'm at, there. You see? Can you see that? And then look at where we... See, it's a little bit different. Just a bit dirtier, really, isn't it? So it's about that stroke, though. That's the key. Yeah? It's about that stroke. So you can see now, if I wanted to, I could make that... I could take a darker colour. Let's go to a darker grey. But this is where I definitely need to sharpen my pencil. We all right with this? Definitely want to sharpen my pencil a little bit on this one. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to press hard. If you press hard, if it keeps breaking, the clue is that then I would suggest that you're pressing too hard. See? That's how easy it is. Right. Right, let's have a look. He's got a little fleck in his eye. Right, so now I'm going to go a little bit just randomly with a darker colour. Yeah, just dirties it up a little bit so it's not quite so spooky yellow. There we go. And then we'll just add a little bit, just a whisper of depth. There we are. Did he just go over that? Nice. Yeah, I reckon. See, we're doing owls. Oh, hang on, I'm off the page. Sorry, don't shout. We're doing owl's eyes. But once you've got the eyes, once you've got this bit here, these are people's eyes too. Of course they are. They're any animal's eyes, they're people's eyes. Once you've got this general idea, and the drawing of them is not hard either, because we could do that actually. My granddad taught me how to do eyes. We could do that in one of the doodle sessions. In case you're new to this, what we do is, Cora, don't want to make it look don't want to make it look too extreme, because then what happens is it looks like she's just got a load of false eyelashes on. Okay, look. So now I'm going to have to tone it down a bit. Otherwise they look like they've got false eyelashes on. It's more like a drag event. Hang on. There you go. Tone it down, grey. Nice, hey? Yeah, that's it. It's all good. There we are. I think sometimes when we're doing it live like this, I tend to overcook it. You know, you over egg it a bit, don't you? There. Vroom. How's it going? Should we do the head? Come on, do the head bit. Let's do the head bit. It's not hard. Yeah, we've done the eyes. So now you could do those, couldn't you? Before tomorrow, if you fancied it, you could. I'm gonna. Well, I have already done it. It's good practice. Very good practice. Let's do the head. And I want to show you, if we go to the head, let's do it lightly to start with. And we're going to use that really my favourite, warm grey 2. Yeah? Let's use warm grey 2 and cold grey 2, because that's the combination that gives you this effect. Well, the background. Okay? So let's do this now. If we just do a bit of the undercoat, there you go. Let's just do a bit of undercoat on the head. Oh, hello, sorry. It's what happens when you go in so tight, you see. It's difficult to stay. Let me get rid of this copy paper, that will help me. All right, it's pushing me away from the, that's better. Right, so we're gonna go over the top like that. This area here is what we're after, that bit there. Okay, let's do, oh, now I've got Siri on it. Siri doesn't get it. No, I don't get it either, Siri. God, Big Brother's watching you, eh? Weird. Right, and then in the ears as well. Flicking from the ears. Did you see that photograph on Clarity Worldwide? One of you put an owl, like an owl like this, with ears. A horn-eared owl, I think they're called. Did you see the length of his legs? I never knew that. I never knew the length of an owl. I didn't know owls had long legs. I thought they had little legs. Like I thought, and the legs go right up to here, like seriously up to there. He's only got a little tiny body like this. Then when you lift all the skirt up, he's got really long skinny legs. Poor little sausage. He doesn't look anywhere near as regal as this when you lift his skirt up. But then nor do I, so. Right, undercoat with the grey. Got it? Instant transformation. Then what we're going to do, and this is really the whole trick. You go to, look, if I held them like this, let's get rid of these ones, and let's just put these 4 out. Right, now we're talking. Now we're cooking. I could go to the next extreme. Right, here we go. See the levels of depth? So you go from light grey to medium grey to darker grey, darkest black. That's it. So I've gone grey, just grey 2, grey 3, 4, 5, Payne's grey, black. You know? And that's basically what we're doing here. And this warm one is a really good undercoat. So I've done the undercoat. And then I'm going to go to the next grey, the light grey, which is cold grey 2. Right, and you'll see, as you do cold grey 2, this time though, what we'll do is, we'll see where Mel's drawn the lines. What we'll do is, we'll use the cold grey along the line. Like that. So I'm just going along the line that Mel drew for us. Look, just do that. And you'll see it just starts to tone it down a bit. So you're going along that line. I'm pressing a bit hard here, which is why the pencil's crumbling. Right, there you go. So what we're doing is we're creating a bit of depth there. And then in over the top of this one, like that. And get in that ear. Just add a little bit of depth through the ear. Now, let's go to a darker grey. I'm going to jump now to warm grey 4. Should go to a darker grey, whatever you've got. If all you've got is an HB pencil, listen guys, if all you've got is an HB pencil, then just press a bit harder now. You can do all of this with grey. You can. We're just showing off because we've got pencils, but you can do all of this with a pencil, with a lead pencil. Seriously, you can. Maybe I'll try that this afternoon. Okay, right, darker grey now. And what we'll do is we're going to do that little swing thing through here again, just to get this depth in here, right? So that as you get closer to the edge, you'll see that if I kept doing that now, you'll see. So you're going to start flicking out from that crown, from the ridge of his beak. When you get in the ear, right, it's going to be darkest in here. And try and leave, just see if you can, leave a little bit of white between the lines. See if you can just do this and leave a little bit of light in between. It's just pencil control really. There, see? There. And then a little bit of whiteness just along that edge. It's quite good, isn't it? Right, do it on this side as well. Everything all right, Lucy? Lovely Lucy's in with you today. So if you've got any questions, Lucy's the girl. She's busy sorting out Linda Williams' artwork, aren't you, love? Going to have a real celebration of owls this week, we decided. There'll be owls everywhere. There'll be owl projects. I'm going to get the DT team to post loads of owly pictures. Maybe on, if you do as well, that would be brilliant. If you've got stamps or if you've done any owl projects, let's get those owls out today. I've gone to a darker colour now, see? Look. And you just get in there like that. This is great, isn't it? Everyone is different. They're always going to be different. But see how it's not hard once you... Try not to press too hard, though, because if you press too hard here, then you won't be able to blend any more colours in. I want to show you something as well. Right? I'm going to go back to a light colour now. See how this is really dark in here, isn't it now? Right? We've just flicked away, so we've got all the light colours behind, haven't we? You can always go back and add a bit more light. There's nobody. Look, you can always go back if you feel it's a little bit too. You've overcooked it a bit. There you go. I want to sort this top area out. See this top line here? If we have a look at the one that I've set for you. See how it's all fuzzy, like down? You see that? Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go with a lighter colour to do that. So I'm going to go back to my undercoat. I'm going to use I'll go with a lighter grey, just because. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to flick across. So I'm going all the way along like that. Flick that way. Just literally crossing the line. Just cross the line that way. And I'm light feathery strokes. But you use a light colour, see, and then that, if it goes wrong, you just rub it out, don't you? Gotta have these, look. Look at the length of mine. Paul, if you're watching, I could really use, maybe you could send Dave home with a look, it's getting a bit desperate. So once you've gone in that direction, then what we'll do is we'll turn it round and we'll come in this direction. So you're just cutting across, and you're hatching, you're cross hatching now. See? And what you'll see is when you do this, get a really cool, like a down. And you could use a light grey like I have. You could use a light brown. You can do whatever your downy preference is. But look how, you see how you can just get a lovely soft colour across there. So you've just gone upwards and downwards. And if we show you on the other camera, right, so you can see that there. So you can see the start of it here, look, you see? So we've done the light grey, that down. So this will work with any birds, any birds. So you go along the line, and then once you've done that, then you can go in with different colours. So let's try a different colour. Let's put a little bit of brown in. Why not? What have we got here? Raw umber. That'll do. Let's do a bit of raw umber, just to show you how you can. Right, here we go. So let me get my pen right, my pencil right. Right, here we go. And then what we'll do is we'll just come in really lightly on that. See how I'm cross-hatching it along there? Look. Just coming in off the top. Look how it changes it. I'm playing it safe with lighter colours, so I don't want it to be too dark too quickly. I can always build depth with darker colours. There, this is a bit tone in tone, but look, so it's nice. So now I can come along here, and you just flick out that way and flick out that way. So you just add in another layer of down, just different colour. Nice, and get in the ear with that one as well. Let's add a little bit on that. Here we go, look, add a little bit on the eyebrows. Try and leave the white in the middle, like that. Can you see that? It's coming together quite nicely, isn't it? I know we've only done one face, but hey, who says? See? So you come in like that, and you come in from there as well. Doesn't that look cool? So the only bit we haven't done is the bit in the middle, the bridge. Let's grab a grey. Grab a grey. What have we got here? Number warm grey 4, or yeah, don't want to go too dark. You see, my thing is, I play it safe, and so I go in with a light colour lightly, and then I can see, okay, that would look good if it were a little darker, and then I can go over the same thing with a darker colour. If I go in with a dark colour and then I think, I wish I'd made that not so dark, it's easier to add it, right, than take it away. How many times have you heard me say that? You can always add it, but you can't take it away. Well, you can take it away, but it's easier just to play it safe. Okay, I do. That's why, you know, this isn't science. This is just Barbara playing it safe. If you're confident enough that you could go in with the darkest colour straight off the bat, then good for you. But I'm always a bit careful. Right, so I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of shade through there, look, like that. Nice. There you go. Cool, eh? This light's come in there from that side. So we'll just do that. Then if you want to add a bit of depth, a bit more dark, see, then you're going with a darker colour. You go in with black at the end if you want to really zhuzh it up. There you go. See? And you'll see, as you take a darker colour now, and wherever you've been, right, if you want to make it more dramatic now, just go in with a dark grey, like Payne's grey or black, and just go back in over the top, and you'll see it just, you could do it on one eye just to experiment, and then watch what happens. As you start to add more and more depth, it gets more and more dimensional. And I remember months and months ago, I said to you when we first started selling polychromos, I said, you know which part of the tin you're going to use the most? It's going to be those boring colours in the bottom on the right hand side, all the greys and the blacks and the beiges. And you could see from my tin, couldn't you? They were all like already halfway down the, you know, I don't use all the bright colours, I use the... And the reason is because of all this, look, isn't that, I love it. Right, now what I wanted to show you, what's the time? Okay, yeah, no trouble. The beak, I had a look. So let's have a look at the large one here, right? Bit of pink. Definitely 2 nostrils, air holes. The air holes are not in the artwork. You're going to put them in with a black pencil. Okay. Easy. And that line down, see the line down the middle where the light hits the beak at the top? You can either introduce it while you're colouring, can't you? Just make a mental note that there's going to be a line down there. Or you can take your rubber and you can sweep the pencil down it and you'll get that as well. Okay, so don't lose any sleep over that. Should we give it a go? Come on then, let's have a look. So I would say you want a bit of a pink undercoat, because I looked at the owl, the photograph. I googled an owl to see, well, what colour are their beaks? Are the beaks yellow? Are the beaks black? What colour are their beaks? And actually their beaks are really fleshy pink. They don't look that savage. I mean, you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of an owl, I don't think. But they're very pink, the beaks. Well, the one I looked at was. So what we'll do is we'll put an undercoat of pink down. That's a nice pink, that is, you know. It's called beige red. Who makes these names up? Number 132. You know what? That's that flesh, isn't it? Is that a fleshy colour? Peachy colour. Anything like that from the pergoliners. That's quite nice. Where did they get beige red from? Right, so then what we'll do is we'll use a light grey. I want to play it safe. I'm going to use a light grey and I'm going to add a little bit of grey up the side like that. Yeah. Playing it safe, grey. Look, it looks good though. See? Not so dark, doesn't have to be. And then let's have a look what we got now. A grey, warm grey 4. I think what's important is that you find your own, get your own colour preferences. See how I'm just flicking from there, right? So I'm flicking it from the tip and I'm just flicking it up. And then if I want to, oh, it's quite good. So it looks like the light's hitting it from that side. And then maybe just a little wisp around that side as well. Yeah, there you go, see? Cool. Then I can go in with a darker colour closer to the edge. And that's really where it all comes. That's where you get the dimension, is when you take the darkest colour then and you just kiss the line art. See? Right, now we're going to put those nostrils in. So whereabouts are we going to put them? Should we have a look at the picture again? There you go. Makes sense. Should we put them in with light grey? Yes, we will. Put them in with light grey first. So if we don't think that we put them in the right place, we can move them. Just put 2 little line. Look, that's all you've got to do. Just do that till you're happy. Does that work? Are they too high up? Have a look at the original again. No, that works, didn't it? What do you think of this idea, having that static picture like that to refer to? So I think it's a lot better than me faffing about trying to keep it straight, isn't it? So now I'm going in with the dark one. What have I got here? You could go black or Payne's grey. Payne's grey, I was very pleased when I saw that one. Right, let's have a look. Little stroke. 8. There you go. Just a little line. Thing about what we're doing. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, well, while I've got the Payne's grey in my hand, I'm going to go for it. Darker. That's it. Boom. The thing about this, right, it's the process. It's the game, isn't it? It's not about how long it takes. It's about stepping away from this. There, let's put some light grey in here. We're just coming away from this bit now. We're just going to put the spectacles in now. I'm just using a light grey. You could use whatever you fancy. You can use a brown. You can use... I'm just putting light grey in to see where I want the shade to be. See, I'm coming in there like that. I'm going to leave these bits white. And I'm going to come in there like that. Definitely. See? I think what I'm trying to say is it's about the reward is what we're doing here. When you step away and you look at your owl and you are chuffed to bits, even if you've only done that little bit, that will fire you up to do the next one and the next one, and you'll get control of the pencils, and you'll, you know, the proof is in the pudding, guys. Look at your amazing work on what you did last week. You know, we've had a few weeks of working together and learning a few tricks, haven't we? See? Considered strokes. Let's call these considered strokes. I'm not just piling in. I want to see where I'm headed. See, I think that this would be a little dark around here, but I'm leaving a white line. I'm leaving a white gap so that it, yeah. See, almost like a little bit of a triangle. See, just go up and round like that. See if I can show you up tight, up close, because I don't think I got that. No, I wasn't that pedantic on that one, but see if you can see on this one. Yeah, you see what I'm getting at? Considered strokes. Let's call them considered strokes, hey? I don't know whether you're like me, but I get a real buzz off silly, it's not silly at all, of being able to do this. That gives me joy, you know, and I don't mean that in a showy way. I don't mean that in a showing off way. It gives me joy. It just does. And it makes me feel, yeah, it makes me feel good. You know, so the game is the reward, the process. I'm not fussed about I'm not going to frame it. I'm not going to put it on. Well, I might do. If I can never finish it, I might frame it. But it's not about that to me. It's about the process. It's about stepping away and going, "God, look at that. I love it." And then going to the next one and going, "Yeah, brilliant." Like yesterday, this one, you see, different. And then working on the collar. But even though we've only done that much today, we've learnt so much. And it's about colour as well, you know, and about adding, you know, I don't think I want to put any yellow in that area, but I might add a little bit of, I wonder, no, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit of brown, just a flick through there. Just, yeah, something different. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of brown, so it's not white. Looks good, doesn't he? You see? And then when you get in with the real darker greys, this bit here, this is where you really get your shadow across those eyes. Watch this. As you come in and you just gently add the depth. There you go. See that eye versus that eye. So you're just going to go in like that. Just add that depth. And we've done weeks and weeks of this, haven't we, when we were doing the doodling? And we'll get back to it as well. Oh yeah, we will. We haven't finished doodling. We haven't even started. We haven't even warmed up, guys. But what you'll see is and then tomorrow when we get together, oh yeah, now he's coming to life. See, you just got to get brave and get in there with the darker colour. Sorry, I'll get carried away. There, super. Yeah. Do you know what I think would look good as well? If we went in the opposite, and we went a little bit, did a bit of that. I reckon. Yeah, that's it. Go the other way a little bit. Cool, eh? Cool. And look at that. So look how different that one is to that one. Much more intense. Now, what have I done different? Let's have a look. Let's just do a comparison. What have I done differently? I added more grey darkness, didn't I? I added more grey around here. Look, see this bit here's a lot lighter, isn't it? All in here. And I haven't done the beak yet. And I haven't done the spectacle bit. See? So it's not finished yet. But you can see, fabulous, eh? So tomorrow what we'll do is, if you could, between now and tomorrow, if you could do the 3 faces, that would be brilliant. I'm going to as well. Yeah. And then tomorrow, I'll show you how to do that sort of barn owly effect. Let's have a look. It's not hard. Let's have a look on this one. There. That kind of speckly barn owl effect. Yeah. So you can make it really dark. We make it lighter. And tomorrow we'll figure it out. Eh? What do you think? This will open your imagination and it will invigorate your soul. So I think that for today that'll do. And we've done the eyes, we've done the face, we've done the beak and the nose, done the nostrils. And tomorrow we'll do the chest feathers and the wing feathers. That's what we'll do. And I hope that you enjoyed that. Don't forget to stretch. We've been so focused. Can you believe we spent a whole hour? Have you enjoyed it? Do me a favour, like, follow and share this so that other people might see it. There are loads of us, aren't there now? Loads of us all over the world. I really like that. I think that's great. And you know, whatever's going on out there, we can always hang out for an hour together, can't we? I'm not going anywhere. I love it. And it gives me that routine back. Did you find that your routine went a little bit off last week? We got so used to 14 weeks, every morning, 10 o'clock, we knew what we were doing. We didn't even have to think about it, did we? And now all of a sudden it was like, whoa. I saw some of you were still in bed at 10 o'clock. See? I said to Dave, look, Ros is still in bed. And then about 5 of you went, so am I. My husband's just brought me a bacon sandwich. I thought, blimey, well, Dave, go and get me a bacon sandwich, I said. I'm on a diet again. It's gherkin time. I slid last week. I slipped off the diet wagon. Whatever. Be safe. Enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. See if you can finish off the 3 faces. And then tomorrow we'll have another hoot. Lots of love to you. See you later. And thanks, Lucy, for all your help. Bye-bye now. Bye. And I hope your pencils arrive soon.